Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcast Network this Thursday night. We are at the Daytona Road Course with the Precision Racing League in their Intermediate iRacing Championship Series. Following the cars as they get warmed up for tonight. It's going to be 25 laps coming at you here at the Daytona Road Course. We are going to move now to the playing of the National Anthem. When we come back, we'll be set to go racing here at Daytona, so stay tuned, folks. We'll be back. Tuning in tonight, folks. My name is Dustin Caldwell, and you're tuning into the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network and our coverage of the iRacing Intermediate Championship Series with the Precision Racing League this Thursday night. And they are at the Daytona Road Course, a 3.5-mile course. Total of 11 to 12 turns, depending on how you count that final sweeping oval turn. But a lot of challenge taking place here tonight. Drivers are set and qualifying at the present time. So we show you the qualification time up there. Looks like Eric Yeager with the fast time so far of 1 minute 46.153. Just about a half a second off of it is Jerome Burchome, John Labath, and Remo Ambrosi, Chris Perez rounding out your top 5 as far as qualifying. So we got about less than 4.5 minutes remaining in the qualifying session before we go racing. It's going to be 25 laps coming at you this evening, folks, after coming off last week at Road America. A very dominant performance by Jerome Burchome. It was a great race there. A good battle for second position, as Brad Yeager dominated Silverstone 2 weeks ago to take victory at that track. So this is the third race in the 9-race series. 1/3 will be complete when we get the checkered flag here at Daytona. For those of you who avidly watch the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network will know, coming up tomorrow night, we will not be broadcasting the Interleague Championship Racing Series. Been a great series so far in that we are taking a break due to the 4th of July holiday. So for the next 4 days, starting Friday, that's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we will have no broadcasts. Wish everybody a safe and happy travels on their 4th of July holiday. We'll be back in action on Tuesday with the Wounded Warrior Project Cup Series and the Anarchy Motorsports Series League, as they get closer and closer to the conclusion of the Wounded Warrior Project Cup Series, as they venture into round number 5 of the chase, going into Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It is a close-knit battle there, as Dalton Baldwin leads that series going into that track. They finish up just in a couple of weeks at Kentucky, so it'll be interesting to see. If you tuned in last night, the Championship Racing Association League was in action at Irwindale with a special event. The Accelerated Graphics 150 took place last night. Stock late models battled it out at Irwindale, the half-mile track, for 150 laps. Always a pleasure to be able to cover that. But the Modified Madness Tour will be back next Wednesday night, so definitely tune in at 9:15 next Wednesday. Tonight's sponsor for this race, folks, GP Legacy. You can find them on the web, gplegacy.com. Sergio Bustamante, one of the drivers out there affiliated with GP Legacy. So just wanted to give them a thanks for their sponsorship in this Intermediate Championship Series. We're following Bustamante right here. He's running that GP Legacy paint scheme on his car. Take another look at the qualifying settings. Still, Eric Yeager with the fast time here tonight has actually gotten it down lower to 1 minute 45 seconds, .764. Remo Ambrosi now comes up just about 0.7 of a second behind Yeager. Scott Corbin third. Jerome falls to 4th position. Chris Perez up in your top 5 still. Extending on down, you have Donald Strout, John LaBeouf, Dave North, Karsten Quinn, Danny Duchesne. Rounding out your top 10, extending on back, Dale Robertson, Sergio Bustamante, and Marco Sampson. Total of 13 cars on the field here tonight, qualifying this evening, folks. So just under 3/4 of a minute now, 45 seconds, 40 seconds and remaining. We'll be set to go to the grid and get that action for you. Looks like Eric Yeager. Right there's Eric Yeager with a fast time. As he comes to a stop with about 20 seconds to go in qualifying, back down on pit road. If you like what we have, folks, and what we got, find us on the web at forgebroadcasting.com. We're on Facebook as well at facebook.com/digitalforgebroadcasting. Tonight's overlay, ATVO, want to give them a special shout out for their great work in bringing us a great overlay. So drivers begin to make their way to the grid. Just a little bit finishing up in qualifying. Received an extra 2 minutes of qualifying, actually what I'm being told now, so got extended just a little bit extra. Couple of drivers that are still out there is Karsten Quint. One of the newer drivers here tonight, that is Dale Robertson, joining the league. Has got the qualifying time he wants. Looks like he's sitting in about 12th position. So not really seeing any drivers left out on the track. We should be set to go to the grid here momentarily. So one more time on the results. Here is the results for you, folks. That is your top 10. Eric Yeager, Donald Strout, David North, Jerome Burchome, Reno Ambrosi, Danny Duchesne, Scott Corbin, Chris Perez, John LaBaff, and Karsten Quint. And the clock winds down to about 10 seconds to go. As the qualifying session now will officially come to a close, and now the drivers will actually make their way to the grid. We head down to the track. Gridding information still not provided by our newly formed overlay system. But that is your fast qualifier here tonight. That is Eric Yeager. As we will roll, I believe it's going to be a start stop tonight, folks. So they're getting ready to go. Here we go. Engines revving up. Down there as they're getting ready to get the green flag. Green flag set to go. Here we go.
Green, green, green.
There's the green flag. 25 laps coming at you here tonight. And we are off to the races into turn number 1. As we follow the race leader, Eric Yeager, already screaming ahead of the rest of the field. Making his way through the first couple turns. Let's get you down on board. Here is Danny Duchesne as we follow Duchesne jumping on board with Eric Yeager. Take a look at that action as he's making his way through the turns. Flying through this course, showing why he had the fast qualifying time here tonight. Beautiful job handling the turn there. As now he looks to make it into turn number 8, up onto the actual oval itself, which is turn number 7. Here he comes onto the oval. The race leader right here, folks, Eric Yeager. Comes down towards the start-finish line. We'll be into lap number 2. A little bit of bus stop action there here at turns 9 and 10. So he'll actually continue his way around the oval. This is what some of the drivers call a roval. It's a road course blended in an oval. Because we're actually at the Daytona International Speedway. As you can see, Eric Yeager now making his way towards that start-finish line into lap number 2. Comes down into that chicane, 105 miles an hour some of these drivers are hitting towards that chicane. As we follow Sergio Bustamante. A little bit of issues there. He's heading down pit road. Dale Robertson back there in 8th position as we go on board with Robertson. Turn 5, folks. It is a doozy as they got a nice little sweeping straightaway. As he makes his way through that 8th turn into the oval part of the track. Following last week's winner, Jerome Berchome in the 17 machine as he's coming down towards that bus stop. Neat little bus stop implemented here as they're going to have to slow it down, work their way through that bus stop. As Berchome makes his way out of it. And into the final part of turn number 11 here as he works his way around. Has Danny Duchesne to the 99 car to his outside as they come to the start-finish line. Duchesne not in a favorable spot to the outside of Berchome. Nice little side-by-side battle here into turn number 1. They got to get down close and he's going to get pinched. So Duchesne does the smart thing, checks up into turn number 1 as they work their way through the little bendy turn number 2. And a nice little chicane turn here for turn number 3. Oh, and that's going to open the doorway for John LaBaff. Now to take Duchesne to the inside, the 911 orange and black machine you see there. Back behind Berchome, there is John LaBaff. As we look to go on board with that 911 machine. Just behind Berchome as he comes out of turn number 8. Working his way around that super speedway part. 2.5 mile track got a repave in 2011. now he finds Duchesne to the outside. Beautiful pass witnessed right there by this 99 car of Duchesne. But here comes LeBaf battling to the outside. It is a nice little battle going on back here for 5th position as we're watching LeBaf trying that outside part of the track. Coming to that start-finish line, we watched him go through the bus stop there at turn number 9. Coming towards the flag stand now. Ready to hit lap number 4. Let's watch the checkup action into that first chicane in turn 1. A little bit of checkup there as Duchesne does not lift as quite as early as LeBaf. Remo Ambrosi back there in 7th position now. Trying to make his way towards the front as they work their way through the 4th part into turn number 5. The yellow and black 63 machine just behind John LeBaf. Working his way up to battle that 911 car. So we jump back up front with Eric Yeager. Yeager through the Super Speedway oval part, which is turn number 8, working his way down towards the bus stop. Into turn number 9, beautiful little bus stop. Take a look at this action right there. 2nd position right now, Dave North. Running a Penske-esque style shell paint scheme on his car. Donald Stroud in 3rd position here tonight, not too far behind. So as Yeager comes down, crossing that start-finish line, this is how your lineup looks. You got Yeager, North, Stroud, Burchome, Duchesne, LeBaf now passing Ambrosi. LeBaf, take a look at that side-by-side battle into the first turn, and LeBaf's going to be hung out to dry through turn number 1 as Ambrosi takes him on the inside. Beautiful move from the 63 car is now into turn number 3. Ambrosi continues to move his way towards that 4th or 5th position as Duchesne, the 99 car, just ahead of him. Working their way down towards turn number 5. Ambrosi on the move. Take a look at that. Into the 5th turn. He is gaining quick on that 99 car as Duchesne now makes his way through turn number 5. Coming up in turn number 6, they will enter that oval part of the track. There is turn number 6. Entrance to the oval coming up. There it is. Let's see what Ambrosi does here, as he is just really quick. As they begin to pull away from LeBaf, as you can see down there, John LeBaf is falling away quick, fast, and in a hurry. As they go through the bus stop, turns 9 and 10 coming at you here on lap number 5. LeBaf jumping back behind him. Here comes Remo Ambrosi, ready to make a pass. Can he do it though before turn number 1 in lap number 6? Oh, he's going to come down pit road. A little fake out action now. So Ambrosi here tonight had a best lap of 1 minute 47.662. Last one was a 1:52.823. Comes down for his first pit stop of the night. Will now make his way off of pit road, falls back to 12th position. Eric Yeager making his way through turn number 3, heading down towards that 4th turn. Actually, excuse me, that is turn number 6. Just 2 turns behind where I thought he was. To give my track knowledge. We now find Eric Yeager into the oval part, heading towards turn number 9 at the bus stop. Through that bus stop goes Yeager. This is your second position man, David North. As you can see, his fast lap time here tonight, 146.461. Heading towards turn number 1 now. That is Yeager right up there heading into turn number 1. Just shows you the gap between first and second position. Heavily marked up turn number 1 there, as a lot of rubber's been laid down on that track. Through the first couple turns he goes. Swing it wide for the entrance to turn number 3. And David North on the move. Back behind him, Donald Strout in third position, within rear view mirror distance of that 9 machine. A little bit of smoke action out of those right sides, heading into turn number 5. Burchome, last week's winner at Road America. Very dominant performance. If you haven't had a chance to see it, folks, make sure you head out to our video past live streams portion of our YouTube channel and catch that dominant performance by this driver right here, the 17 of Jerome Burchome at Road America. Beautiful course, beautiful racing took place. You can see he's working his way down towards the bus stop. Using those rumble strips back out onto the oval. Duchesne in the top 5 felt the pressure of Remo and Brosi in the first 4 laps. On lap number 5, it was that 63 machine making his way towards the top 5 position, but Duchesne has not made his way into the pits yet. Let's see what he does here as he gets close to pit road. He'll stay out on the track into lap number 8. Dale Robertson still back in 8th position, a little side-by-side battle. As Scott Corbin now looks to pass Dale Robertson into the first turn. Robertson running a Red Bull style paint scheme on his car, the red rim Formula Renault. Will fall back to 8th position as the 77 of Scott Corbin now making an inside pass. Through the third turn as they work their way towards turn number 4, Corbin extending his gap back behind Robertson. That is the 63 of Remo and Brosi. Into the pits early on. Was able to get back out quite fast. Fell as far back as 13th position. Is now worked his way back up to the top 10 in 9th. As he works his way through the 6th turn, ready to take on that oval part of this course. Yeager still out with a dominant performance. Will not head to the pits this time by. There is North and Strout. Little battle brewing for second position as Strout looking to the inside of North. Will not have it into turn number 1. See what happens through the second turn. Boy, Strout is right on North's bumper. Or wing, excuse me. That's probably a better term. Using my oval terms here. And Dave North, the 9 car, through turn number 3 in style. Still keeps a 2-car length gap between him and Donald Strout, the 8 car behind him. Jerome Burchome back there, that red machine you see on the move. 17 car A little bit of smoke action from the insides, and here comes Strout. Strout can smell a pass opportunity coming up as they go through the sixth turn. Onto that oval part of the track. Here's where having some oval experience is going to pay off. To work this track, nice little slipstream, draft stream, whatever you want to call it, should come into play before that bus stop at turn number 9. As we now see Strout start making his way up towards north into the bus stop they go, turn number 9 and 10. Strout to the outside as they battle their way down towards turn number 1. It looks like Strout's got it. David North getting passed big time as now Burchome makes his way down pit road to take some fuel. Shouldn't see any tire changes here tonight as Strout goes through the first couple turns into turn number 3. We'll slow it up. See, North has regained some positioning. Out of turn number 3, heading towards turn number 4 they go. Strout just about 9/10 of a second behind the number 8 machine, or excuse me, North 9/10 of a second behind the number 8 machine of David Strout. Or Donald Strout, I apologize. Get my words right here. So you follow Eric Yeager now out of turn number 6 onto the oval. Here in lap number 10. Take a look at this battle back here with Robinson. Ambrosi looking to take over 8th position to the inside of Dale Robertson. Robertson now has the advantage in turn number 6. Whoa, does Ambrosi swing wide, but still able to keep it. That's some great composure right there through that 6th turn. Ambrosi swinging way wide. As they make their way down towards the bus stop, Ambrosi formally takes 8th position from Dale Robertson. Keep in mind, Ambrosi, the 63 yellow and black machine, has already gone down pit road for fuel. Short pit strategy here, trying to set himself up. Had a good opportunity for Burchome, as we now see Scott Corbin heading down pit road for some fuel. Remo Ambrosi at Road America last week set himself up trying those short pit strategies. Burchome, though, wasn't going to have it. Still a dominant performance from that 17 car as we now follow Ambrosi through turn number 3. Passing Dale Robertson. Ambrosi's up to 6th position now. Robertson looking to challenge through turn number 4 as they head into the 5th turn. LaBaff not too far behind Robertson. Your race leader, Eric Yeager, working his way towards the bus stop with a sizable lead, a 5.4 second lead over the rest of the field. He now comes down pit road for some fuel. As we follow the leader down pit road to take some fuel. See the They'll come out and give him a little bit of gasoline. It'll be a splash and go. He's ready to roll, and there he goes, nearly hitting the pace car coming off of pit road. We'll rejoin in turn number 2. Excuse me, turn 3 as he comes out. Had such a lead on the field. Here's the second position driver out of pit road with him. Donald Strout, David North behind Strout coming out of pit road. So your top 3, 4, and take a look at that. There's Jerome Burchome. And a 3-car battle towards the 4th turn, as now Burchome works his way into second position. That's David North and Donald Stroud behind him. Not too far off the pace there. You see Ambrosi holding off Duchesne as he heads towards that 6th turn. Cleaner move through that 6th turn onto the oval part of the track. Yeager still dominating. Take a look at the gappage. You can see that was Burchome back there. Not quite to the bus stop as Yeager exits. Here comes Burchome into the bus stop. North not too far off of that 17 car as they work their way into turn number 8. Or excuse me, turn 11. Good grief. It's Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. I think my brain is checked out for the 4th of July holiday. So Ambrosi now making his way through that 11th turn into the front stretch towards turn number 1. Chris Perez, the 41 machine, back in 8th position. Robertson now falls to 9th as he's working his way into the front stretch. Yvon Drolet not too far behind the 3-car. See, they're heading into the front stretch towards lap number 13. So Strout down on pit road. Getting some fuel, maybe? Not quite sure while he's down there. He was up in the top 5. So we bring in another camera angle. Car appears to be okay. May have had some issues. Electronics on that 8 machine. No front end on Dave North's car. Take a look at that. He's missing the front wing. He's almost like a retro fighter plane. So I don't need downforce up front of the car. And that's opening the doorway for Ambrosi. So now Dave North comes down pit road. So there must have been some contact between North and Strout as they were running 2nd and 3rd. Burchome himself has fallen back to 7th position now. Looks to make his way down pit road for the final time. So Ambrosi takes over 2nd position here at Daytona. Yeager once again on the oval part of the track. Into the bus stop, turn number 9. Even looking at some lap traffic, I'm not sure if that's Marcos Sampson ahead of him, or if that's Sergio Bustamante, the 27 machine. But as the 88 of Eric Yeager makes his way to that start-finish line into lap number 15, we're just under 10 laps to go here tonight. Let's try a different one. We're going to take a short commercial break, folks. When we come back, still some more Formula Renault action as you're watching the Precision Racing League Formula Renault 2.0 iRacing Intermediate Championship Series. Welcome back to Daytona this Thursday night for the Precision Racing League iRacing Intermediate Championship Series. Race number 3 here at the Daytona Road Course. Your current race leader, Eric Yeager, up front. Here's a look at the results in the gap screen of the top 15 drivers. Remo Ambrosi back there in second position. Heads into the bus stop, turns 9, now turn number 10. Danny Duchesne back there in third position. David North still running in the top 5, has run around second, third all night long. Burchome got down and made a pit a couple laps ago. As he works his way through the bus stop, currently running in 10th position. Again, if you're just tuning in, this 17 machine last week at Road America had a dominant performance. About a 5 to 10 second lead over the rest of the field there at Road America. Took away the victory, race number 2. Brad Yeager, not making an appearance here this week, won the opening race at Silverstone. Back to the race lead as we follow that 88 of Eric Yeager. Working his way towards the bus stop into turn number 9. Duchesne now getting around Ambrosi, as Ambrosi got in for a little bit of fuel, was able to stay in 3rd position. Newcomer tonight, Dale Robertson, finds himself battling back there with Scott Corbin. Battle for 7th position as Robertson currently has it, and a little swing out move from the 77 of Scott Corbin as he's now to the outside as they battle towards that bus stop. Working their way in. Oh, and somebody cuts the course. Yvonne Drolet says, I'm not going to that bus stop. I'll just take the speeding penalty. So as he cuts across the course, he has to slow up, potentially letting Dale Robertson around for cutting the course. So now we got a 3-way battle here for 6th position as Robertson's to the outside of Drolet. Behind Drolet is Scott Corbin as they come screaming towards that chicane, turn number 1. Just ahead, let's see what happens. Nearly 3-wide battle, too. Into that first turn, and Robertson's going to take him on the outside. Corbin pushes way high. Oh, and a little turn action, Drolet and Robertson. And that's going to mess up the front wing as we see John LaBaffe go by. Or, excuse me, I believe that was Carson Quint. So, Yvonne Drolet now goes down pit road. Has not returned. Dale Robertson looks like he received minimal damage in that incident in turn number 1. In turn number 5, just behind Carson Quint. Robertson making his way towards the bus stop. Carson Quint, really, if you're taking a look, don't really see much damage, if at all any, on that 3 machine. Yeager now making his way through the turns. Turn number 5 down towards turn number 6. See, let's stay on board here with our race leader, Eric Yeager. Hitting about 145 miles an hour and climbing before the bus stop. 150, 152, 154. I believe what we saw, and he's going to go through that bus stop, not even breaking the triple digits, or excuse me, reducing down into double digits. He stayed through the triple digits, about 102 to 108 miles an hour. As he makes his way down into lap number 20. Crosses that start-finish line, 156, folks. 7th gear. And take a look how fast he's got to drop down. Almost half his speed, down to about 72 miles an hour. From 156 to 72. Neat little telemetry provided here by the ATVO app. Duchesne back in 2nd position, just ahead of Ambrosi. Ambrosi looking for a podium finish here at Daytona after a little bit of mishap on pit road entry at Road America last week. Said he'd be kicking himself all week for that one. Looks to make it up here at the Daytona course and is doing so in fashion. Been up in that top 5 even after a couple of pit stops. That 63 yellow and black machine into turn number 3. As you can see, nobody really in his radar behind him as LaBeouf. Jovan Drolet just ahead of the 911 of John LaBeouf. Drolet having an incident about 2 laps ago as he allows the lead lap car by. Heading down towards the 6th turn, ready to get on that oval part of the course. Top 5 driver, last week's winner, Jerome Berchome, now with 5 laps remaining, enters onto the oval part as Eric Yeager, just on fire here at Daytona, works his way through the 2nd turn now. See Duchesne, this is your 2nd position driver, just crossing that start-finish line. As we flip back to your race leader, I believe that's Karsten Quint behind him. Slow up there from Eric Yeager. Eric Yeager also had a little pit mishap at Road America. Has bounced back here at Daytona in excellent fashion. Just under 5 laps remaining in the race here this evening, folks. Donald Strout now back on the track. Strout running 11th position as looks like Duchesne making his way towards him. Ambrosi heading towards turn number 5. LaBeouf not too far off the pace there. There is Berchome heading towards the 5th turn. Now finds himself behind Drolet. Oh, and Drolet's going to swing wide. Comes back on the track, nearly makes some contact. Or avoided it, barely avoiding contact. Looked like it was David North. So Drolet just ahead. Here comes LaBeouf. Follow some of the other drivers around the track. Scott Corbin through the 5th turn, makes his way down towards turn number 6. Back in 8th position. So Eric Yeager, coming off of pit road, hands the lead over to Danny Duchesne. The 99 machine takes over the race lead, and in perfect time, because the 88 of Eric Yeager comes off of pit road. Into the 3rd turn they go. Things just got interesting, folks, with under 4 laps to go. Take a look at that battle right there. Can Duchesne hold on and escape with a late race victory? Short pitting coming from him. Ambrosi not too far behind him. As you can see, he looks to make his way towards that 88 of Yeager. Duchesne now on the oval part of the course. Here comes Eric Yeager, the guy who's dominated all night long. Pretty much has led the whole race. We'll show you the gap. So Duchesne, will he have enough fuel? That's going to be the question. Can he maintain this gappage between him and Eric Yeager? As he now, oh, he's going down pit road. So he will not have enough fuel, and that Question is, can he get off pit road fast enough before Yeager makes it to turn number 3? Following Eric Yeager, the race leader, through the first couple turns here. Will not worry about Duchesne coming off of pit road, as Duchesne still down on pit road. So Yeager goes back to the helm of the field. And now has a sizable lead as Duchesne and Ambrosi, take a look at that. Duchesne coming off of pit road just in time. Ambrosi has to lock up the brakes through the third turn. And wow, just in beautiful fashion, the 63 of Ambrosi now moves to second position, as he pushed that 99 of Duchesne up to the high side in turn number 3. So Duchesne, before pit road, went in first position, comes out and is now in third position. Another amazing thing to see is those tires lock up on Ambrosi. He was definitely trying for that inside pass, got it through turn number 3, and now looks at a runner-up finish here at Daytona if he could just stay ahead of the 99. Here's Yeager making his way into the front stretch. He crosses that start-finish line, folks. It's going to be 2 laps to go. So 2 laps remain here at Daytona. And Eric Yeager, looking to bounce back from a mishap last week at Road America's, doing so in great fashion. Ambrosi now pulls away from Duchesne. Look at that. He's got about a 12 car length gap heading into the first turn. Can Duchesne rally back through these chicanes? We'll have to find out here as we follow Ambrosi into turn number 2. And it looks like Ambrosi's moving through these turns no problem. He slows down here in turn 3. Oh, locking up those brakes into the 5th turn. My goodness. He was trying to shoot. Duchesne was trying to shoot for a late lift in the hopes to gaining some track position towards Ambrosi. Ended up malfunctioning on him. And as you see now, Ambrosi's way up the field. Just about 2 to 3 seconds ahead of him as they make their way towards the bus stop. Bus stop, turn number 9 coming at you as we follow that 63 machine in second position. Right through them with no issues. Effectively using those rumble strips. Back onto the actual oval track now towards that front stretch. There's Eric Yeager, folks, and the white flag is in the air. The 88 machine has a little bit of traffic just ahead as Sergio Bustamontes coming off of pit road. 88 of Eric Yeager through turn number 3. Just 8 more turns remain for this driver, and he's going to look at a victory here at Daytona. Got a request on Chris Perez. Chris Perez, currently here on the white flag lap, is running in 5th position. So a little P6 action as Burchome comes down pit road. Has to take some late race fuel. Tries short pitting. It does not work out well for him tonight. And folks, here is your race leader now. Eric Yeager making his way towards that bus stop. 9-10 are the turns he's going through. Just a few more remain. as he makes his way towards that front stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like it's going to be Eric Yeager, the victor here tonight. Here he comes into the final turn to the front stretch, all the way up towards the tri-oval. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight, Eric Yeager in that 88 machine. Remo Ambrosi, a solid second position, now makes his way into the front stretch after a pit road entrance at Road America mishap. He's going to be finishing on the podium in second position towards that tri-oval. Here he comes. The 63 machine of Remo Ambrosi takes second position. And right behind him, the 99 of Danny Duchesne in third. John LeBaff now working his way towards the start-finish line, will finish in fourth position. Rounding out your top five, here comes Chris Perez. Crosses that start-finish line, will be your fifth place finisher here this evening. Burchome back in sixth position, plagued by a little pit stop action here at Daytona. Dominated last week at Road America and now makes his way across that start-finish line, finishing in sixth position. Scott Corbin back there in seventh, crossing the start-finish line, solidifying his position here tonight. Newcomer Dale Robertson finishing up, trying to stay in eighth position as he now makes his way towards the tri-oval. Here comes the number 3 car, Dale Robertson, finishing in eighth position. Karsten Quinn towards that tri-oval, the 55. Crossing that start-finish line, will finish in ninth. Ronald McManus will be in 10th position. You see most drivers not out on the field from 10th back. So let's bring up the results here and show it to you in good fashion here, folks. Eric Yeager tonight takes victory here at the Daytona Road Course. Remo Ambrosi second, Danny Duchesne third, John LeBaff fourth, Chris Perez in the top five. As we stand by here for some interview action. Drivers finishing up a little bit of victory laps. Just waiting to get some drivers here. Not sure. We'll see if we can get Chris Perez on the line here. Not sure we're going to be able to get LeBaff or Perez, as not looking at their availability here. So we're going to go ahead and start with our first place finisher here. Having a little bit of issues last week at Road America. Eric, you find yourself in victory lane tonight here in the third race of the 9-race series at Daytona. What was your expectations coming off of the issue last week at Road America and probably the pressure setting forward here at the Daytona track?
Well, coming off that DNF last week, I was kind of upset, not necessarily Chris Perez, what happened at lap 1, but more of myself for messing up the pit stop and, wrecking the car. And I should have come out of that race with some decent points, even with that first lap incident. But I made a mistake, and it cost me a lot. And, that lit a fire under me. I came out, and I did a lot of testing for this race. I worked hard. My engineers gave me a really good setup. And I wanted to put a stamp of domination on this. Sorry if I made it too boring, but I wanted to make a point.
And a point you definitely made here tonight. Tell us your final pit stop coming off the road. You're right there behind Danny Duchesne. It was a nice solid battle for a little bit there. You ran in second position, waited for the time, and found Duchesne going down pit road. At that point in time, when you were coming off of pit road and saw that 99 just ahead of you, Did you hope that he had one more pit stop remaining, or were you going to try to battle him all the way to the checker?
Yeah, I knew he was going to have to come back in. Unlike my first pit stop, which I took all the way to the end, that one I did one lap early, and I knew that the other guys would probably stay out one lap. So I knew when I came out behind him, and I was only maybe about a second or two, that he was going to have to come back in. I was going to retake it with no problem.
And overall, how did the car seem to handle? We had some overcast conditions here at Daytona. A lot of guys getting into it. Saw some contact, especially between Donald Strout, David North, as well as Yvonne Drolet, and I believe Dale Robertson got a little bit of contact there in turn number 1. Did the car seem like it was handling well? Did you have to lock up the brakes any harder than you would expected? Any kind of adjustments to your racecraft here at the Daytona track?
Yeah, the weather conditions today are pretty chilly because of the overcast conditions, but it made the track really cold, so tire temperature was key, getting heat in the tires and keeping the heat in the tires. That way they can perform well. The Michelins did great for me today. They worked really solid, gave me consistent grip throughout the race. Didn't lock up too much, luckily. I have a good brake balance setup on it, and turn 1 is pretty tricky, but that's why I take a little bit different line going into that than most guys. I kind of try to straighten out that brake zone as much as I can.
All right, well, is there any final thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for your victory here in race number 3?
Yeah, I want to say thanks to Precision Racing League for putting on a good championship to be in. I want to give a special shout out to Sergio and Ronald over at gpslegacy.com. They do a lot of great work over there. I want to thank my sponsors, Thrustmaster, Rigmotech, and Oculus. I also want to thank my team for giving me a really good car today. Handled perfectly all throughout the race, and just really happy to get this win after the DNF I had last week.
Well, congratulations to you, Eric. Next week, look forward to some more road race action, and you definitely got a lot of momentum heading into next week. Anything we can expect going forward?
Mount Panorama is a track that I like. I'm going to be doing probably a lot of practice for that too. Hopefully see me at least on the podium, if not on the top step as well.
All right, so statement made here at Daytona, and looks to make a statement at Mount Panorama next week. Congratulations on your victory here tonight.
Thank you, sir, and also special thanks to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network for giving it an extra layer of realism and immersion into our sim racing.
Well, pleasure's ours for being able to capture the great race action that this league's put on.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we're going to go into second position now, looking for Remo and Brosey. After a little bit of incident last week at Road America, that in which we shall not speak of, you come back in great fashion here tonight at the Daytona track, this little 3.5-mile track. Not looking like it's posing to be an issue here for the 63 machine. Tell us a little bit about how the car handled tonight.
How you going, Dustin? Yeah, it handled pretty good, actually. Good speed. Kept my pace up. I made very minor mistakes, but all in all, I'm really happy with second place.
You're able to work through. You had a little battle action going on there for a while, as it looked like with Duchesne, you battled just a little bit. Even found yourself around Chris Perez at times. Even after coming off of pit road, you were back to 13th position at one point, and you just started climbing your way back through the field. Is there any point of this track that you felt most comfortable trying to make your passes on?
Look, realistically, the only comfortable places to make any passes on here on the big straights. You try and do it on the little bits of road around the track, and you'll find yourself off track. But I think the best place that I found for passing was on the big main straights. It's about the only place that I could really feel comfortable doing it.
Well, talking about that, controversially, we go back and take a look at your last actual inside pass to Danny Duchesne in turn number 3. Beautiful move. You locked up the tires pretty heavily, but was able to keep him pushed high as you worked your way through that third turn and took over second.
Yeah, well, I was just hoping I'd be just in front of him as he pulled out of the pits, but as he was beside me, I wasn't going to give up that inside spot. So, yeah, locking up the brakes a little bit, which forced me to sort of really go hard on the inside. But all in all, I kept in front of him, so that was a good thing for me.
Well, after a runner-up finish here tonight at Daytona, we got Mount Panorama next week. What can we expect from that 63 car going forward?
Well, as I'm from Australia, and Mount Panorama is one of my most favourite tracks, so I'm feeling very confident with hopefully a podium, or close enough too.
All right. Well, we look forward to that action. Excellent work here tonight to take second position at Daytona, Remo. We will see you next week at Mount Panorama. But before we go, I gotta say it. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for your second-place finish tonight?
Oh, look, I'd just like to give a shout-out to all the boys who were racing tonight. It was a really clean race. Everyone's respectful of everyone else, and I admire that about everyone, and top notes for Eric for placing first. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next week at Mount Panorama.
Thank you.
Remo Ambrosi, the 63 car, coming in second position here tonight. So we're now going to move our way to the 99 machine, who found himself up in second position. And we had just asked Remo about the turn 3 pass. Danny, tell us a little bit about coming off of pit road, and you were battling a little bit with Remo there. What was your expectations heading into that third turn?
You mean the last pit stop there?
Well, yeah, if you made the last pit stop and you were coming out right beside Remo Ambrosi, and he pushed you high into turn 3 to get pass you for second position on the inside.
Yeah, the problem is when you come out of the pits, you're on the outside, and he had the inside on me. And I didn't have all the speed I need to be ahead of him. So I gave him room, and I want to race clean. But I needed like a 0.2 or 0.3 more ahead of him, because I think I had like just 0.2 seconds when I came out of the pits. That's what's not enough.
Well, how did the car handle overall? I mean, you ran up in the top 5 pretty much all night, looked really solid, tried to have second position, probably would have had second position on lock if you wouldn't have had to make that late race pit stop. Overall, though, how did they handle?
Yeah, the car was pretty stable. I tried to save my tires for the first 15 laps to be sure that I have enough for the end. But when I see Remo made early second pit stop, I pushed hard because I knew that I had to have 23 seconds ahead of him to be sure to be ahead of him when I came out of the pits. And at the end, I didn't have any tires. Like the last 3 laps, it was very handling, very bad there. So I was just saying, okay, let's go for third.
All right. Well, next week is Mount Panorama. What can we expect from the 99 car at that track?
Well, I'm new to this car. I know the racetrack, but I don't know how it will handle on the largest racetrack. So I don't know. Just hope to keep the car on the track and finish in the top 10.
All right. Well, is there any final thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for your third-place finish here at Daytona?
Well, for me, it's first year in this league. Like I said, first year in this car. I'm really happy, and I don't know what to say anymore. Thanks for everybody that for that league. Is a really fun league. Guys are good drivers, gentlemen, and all that. So.
All right. Well, congratulations, Danny, tonight on your third-place finish here at the Daytona Road Course.
Yeah, thank you very much.
There you have it, folks. A very polite number 99, Danny Duchesne, coming in third position here tonight. John LaBaff had to go to the race control booth as they needed some things, so we're not going to be able to get a interview with him, but we're going to look to get the fifth-place finisher as we look for Chris Perez and trying to get some information out of that 41 machine tonight here at the Daytona course. How did the car handle for you, Chris?
Pretty good. It was slippery at first, but pretty good after you got about 3 laps into it.
And pretty much battled around the top 5. You found yourself battling a little bit with Jerome Bertram there and Remo Ambrosi, some of the other guys that we see finishing up around the top 10. Is there any cars out tonight that you were trying to keep an eye on as far as passing or racing around?
Just racing around Jerome, trying to learn his line because he seems to be, a little bit faster than me. So I figure if I could follow him, maybe I could pick something up.
Overall, we go into Mount Panorama next week, been asking the first 3 drivers here, what can we expect from the 41 car at Mount Panorama?
Hopefully not finding the wall in Skyline or, in Forest Elbow, but I'm gonna do some practice. I love that track. I like anything that runs on it, so it's one of my favorites.
All right. Any final thanks or shout outs you'd like to give here for your 5th place finish?
Just thanks to the team, my teammate for, helping me talk through some things and stuff, and Mr. John LaBath, and their Gamers for the Lake for asking about how I was doing during the race.
All right. Well, congratulations on your top 5 finish here at Daytona. We'll see you next week at Mount Panorama.
All right. See you there, too. Thank you.
And as we're not able to get John LaBath, we are going to have a ringer here tonight, a proxy, Jerome Berchon. We're going to see if we can get an interview with him as he joins us now. Last week's winner at Road America in a dominant fashion. We find Jerome tonight finishing in 6th position. It looks like maybe some pit stop action that kind of plagued you late in the race. Jerome, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was a crazy race. I managed to get an undercut, and then after my first pit stop, so I get the 2nd place, but I spawn and I bring the 2 guys behind me with me. So I'm sorry about that to those guys, but it was something. It was a racing incident, so I just lost the control of the car. Then I need to pit for Ripper, and then I had to pit at the last lap because I would have misfuel. So that was a very hard race.
Next week's Mount Panorama. All these guys that finished in the top 5 tonight are definitely looking forward to that track, calling it one of their favorites. Do you follow in suit, or what can we expect from the 17 car heading that way?
And that's going to be another race, I think, than Daytona, because Mount Panorama is one of the most technical circuit that I know. So that is going to be super hard on that circuit. So I'm curious to be what would be the weather condition, but that would be a good race, I think.
All right. Any final thanks or shout outs you'd like to give here tonight?
Yeah, thanks for everyone for watching. Thanks to you, Dustin, for broadcasting. So thanks everyone from PRL who attend to race. So let's hope we have more sign up day after day.
All right. Congratulations finishing 6th here tonight, and we'll see you next week at Mount Panorama.
Yeah, thank you, Dustin.
There you have it, folks. As it looks like that will do it for us here tonight. Final results on the screen. Eric Yeager taking the victory here at the Daytona track. Remo Ambrosi in 2nd. Danny Duchesne 3rd. John LaBath 4th. Chris Perez rounding out the top 5. Jerome Berchon 6th. Scott Corbin 7th. Dale Robertson 8th. Carson Quint 9th. Ronald McManus in the top 10. Extending on back, it's Donald Stroud, David North, Yvonne Jolette, Sergio Bustamante, and Marco Sampson with a DNF here at Daytona. Again, folks, coming up next week, we will be at Mount Panorama, beautiful track in the Australian region. You definitely want to tune in for that 8 p.m. next Thursday night. Again, mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we'll be taking the next 4 days off for the July 4th holiday. So if we don't have a chance to talk to anybody that we know out there, make sure you have a safe and happy 4th of July holiday and celebrate it in responsible fashion. We'll be back in action next Tuesday night at Indianapolis Motor Speedway with the Anarchy Motorsports Series and the Wounded Warrior Project Cup Series race number 5 in the chase before they finish it out at Kentucky. That is going to do it for us here tonight, folks. I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, and we'll see you next Tuesday night.